Brother lads, welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal are willing to spend 100 million to land the Spanish duo Nico Williams and Martin Zubimendi this summer. It's going to be everything we do. It's going to be everything that Mikel Arteta has always asked for that we do this summer. And those two have been on top of the radar when it comes to Mikel Arteta asking for players. Of course, Martin Zubimendi dates a little bit earlier on in 2023. Mikel asked for Martin Zubimendi. The deal couldn't be done. Last summer as well, Mikel asked for Martin Zubimendi. In 2024, the deal couldn't be done. But this summer, we understand that Martin Zubimendi is all about joining Arsenal, and Arsenal have an agreement in principle with Real Sociedad. But that is not all. We are going to be spending another 50 million to get Nico Williams from Spain. So two Spanish players. Obviously, Mikel Arteta is Spanish. You never expected a Spanish manager not to bring in Spanish players at Arsenal. It's gonna be like, this is gonna be like Spain FC. You have Martin Zubimendi, you have Nico Williams, you have David Raya, you have Mikel Merino, all Spanish players. And I reckon we shall see more players, from Spain. And I won't be surprised to see Mikel Arteta going for, a couple of other Spanish players as well. Actually, the other goalkeeper that we want, Garcia, is Spanish. So we might be signing 3 Spanish players this summer. And that is courtesy of the fact that Arteta is always at heart of everything we do in the transfer market. When we sign a player, he's always playing a big part in that. So Arsenal are willing to spend 100 million on the duo, Nico Williams and Martin Zubimendi. We're going to be discussing, is it worth it? That's the first question. Is Martin Zubimendi and Nico Williams worth 100 million? What exactly would change if we got both of them? And if we don't get them, what are the alternatives that Arsenal are looking at? Now, are they worth it? For me, I think these are market opportunities, right? I think the word market opportunity was used a lot by Arsenal and Arsenal transfer, accounts last summer, talking about Shesko, talking about Calafiori, and a couple of other players, that there were market opportunities and Arsenal were looking to exploit market opportunities. But I think the real meaning of a market opportunity is a player like Nico Williams and a player like Martin Zubimendi. On another day, Martin Zubimendi without a release clause is 80 million. On another day, Nico Williams without a release clause is, for me, 80, 90 million, right? We have seen the likes of Rafael, Kavica Kvaratskhelia, all these players that are moving for crazy money, right? So if you think about Nico Williams, what he can do, what he has shown us, what he has done already, and you tell me that this guy is 40 million euros of pounds, about 50 million euros, you must be joking. So that is the real, the real definition for me of a market opportunity. And Arsenal, listen, if we don't win anything this season, and the excuse was we were waiting for Nico Williams and Martin Zubimendi, I kind of feel like that would be a lousy explanation. But if we get both of them, that's a genius move. That would be a very, very genius move. Because, again, one of the reasons why we've always admired Liverpool is Liverpool challenged Man City without going in for very expensive signings. But in truth, what Liverpool did, they went in for market opportunities. They went in for players that would have cost hundreds of millions and signed them at a time where they could cost you 50, they could cost you 40. Like, you look at Sadio Mane. Mane could have cost you 100 million, but Liverpool got him at a time where he wasn't that expensive, right? And a couple of other players as well, the Gini Wijnaldums of this world, they got them at good prices. So I think the blueprint that is at Arsenal right now is we don't want to overspend. We don't want to spend hundreds of millions of money on every player we bring in. That would actually put us in a bad financial position. We want to stay profitable, but we also want to do very good business. And that's where I agree with the club. So Nico Williams and Martin Zubimendi for 100 million, that is the best business you could ever do. Like, think about this. Nico Williams is going to revolutionize the Arsenal lineup. He's going to take the Arsenal forward line to the next level. We're talking about a guy that is quick, precise, skillful, talented. He literally can do anything. That's the thing with Nico Williams. He can do anything and everything, right? So you think about his speed, you think about his technique, you think about his goal scoring accuracy and clinical nature. I think he's got to improve his goal scoring to reach the levels of Lamine Yamal and Saka. But Saka and Williams, that is a nightmare. Like, we will be recreating the Mane Salah combination that Liverpool had, or even better, because we were gonna have lightning quick players that are so effective in modern football. I think modern football is about numbers, right? Like, you could be flashy. Nico Williams is flashy. Lamine Yamal is flashy. But modern football is about numbers. It's about the digits. It's about what is your return on investment. Can we see 11 goals and 11 assists from you in a season that is 20 goal contributions? I think he's better than that. Like, if you get Nico Williams and you give him, ample time, he is in contention to be the best at Arsenal. And this is not a joke, because he's so comfortable on the left-hand side and is very comfortable on the right-hand side as an inverted player. He is in contention to become the best at Arsenal. He might be the best talent that Arsenal have ever signed, on their books. For me, Nico Williams could be the best talent Arsenal have ever signed on their books. And I say this, putting in mind that we have had players like Alexander Hileb, that was a phenomenal talent. We have ever had Thierry Henry. We have ever had Cesc Fabregas. We've ever had Barkham. But if we treat Nico Williams right, he might become the biggest and best thing Arsenal have ever had in terms of an external signing, honestly. So for me, 100 million is worth it. Go and do the deal. With Martin Zubimendi, I've talked enough about him. For that amount of money, you're looking to repair and replace this combination of Partey and Jorginho. I don't think you could do better. I think that is the best quality there is. Now, of course, if Madrid said Aurelien Tchouameni was available and we are, I have this hidden love for Aurelien Tchouameni. I do love Aurelien Tchouameni. He kind of strikes me as a giant. Like, I think he could do a Gravenberch, Patrick Vieira, kind of thing, right? But I would still say Martin Zubimendi in that role, and the way Mikel Arteta wants his players to play, he's much better. Now, of course, for 100 million doesn't mean that it's guaranteed. We could be facing competition from elsewhere, and probably the players could be turned, right? Arsenal leading the race to sign both of them for 100 million, but anything could happen. So in terms of wingers, Arsenal are also looking at Semenyo. And I think Semenyo is in the same price bracket as Nico Williams, only that he doesn't have a release clause. So you're gonna have to pay around 70, 75 for Semenyo. Another brilliant talent, right? Another brilliant talent. You could get him to score as many goals as you want. You could get him to create as many chances as you want. And I think with Semenyo, I don't know if this is disrespectful of me, but I think Semenyo could come in and comfortably be a squad player. Of course, for 70, 75 million, that is, but what I mean, you could bring him in and there's not going to be a lot of fuss when he doesn't start every single game, right? So I think the manager still believes in Gabriel Martinelli. So if Martinelli was to start every single game and Semenyo come from the bench, I don't think it would cause a lot of headlines, big headlines, as compared to Nico Williams sitting on the bench and then Gabriel Martinelli starting. And I think Semenyo are two, just like Nico Williams, they've got that ability to come and hit the ground running, and they've got that ability to compete with whichever player is at Arsenal already. So for me, if Arsenal would spend like 100 million on Isak and then 100 million on Zubimendi and Williams, that's going to elevate our squad. That's going to take our squad to the next level. Zubimendi is a 9-year project. Williams is a 10-year project, and Isak would be a 10-year project or a 9-year project as well. But most importantly, these are players in their prime. They're ready to hit the ground running. I think that's why it's important. In midfield, if Arsenal didn't get Martin Zubimendi, I think we will get Sevilla Naipan in the summer for around 10 million. But I also see Arsenal go for someone else. Now, it's very, very tricky who they want, but I wouldn't be surprised if we went in there and did that Douglas Luiz deal. I won't be very surprised if we went in there and did that Douglas Luiz deal. I think he has not hit the ground running at Juve. Rumors of him being available on loan in January. So the summer will tell us much better. But I would still say, if we can get the 100 million deals done, both of them, just get it done.